walking, getting back on track. Now you're healthy again. Now what happened? Jake Paul calls you and says you want to do this. Nikisa, like how does it just fall back into your lap?
It was Ronda.
Ronda Rousey calls you to do the fight?
Yeah.
Text, call?
She called. I answered. She asked for my number.
How'd she get your number? DM?
I think through Hunter or Dana.
It's legendary.
Yeah.
And she called and, I answered and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you answered. I was like, well, what the fuck? Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like, aren't we supposed to talk?
Yeah.
And we had a, great conversation. She was like, I'm looking at my ranch right now and I have you to thank for that. And she's been chasing me for a while and mentioning me for like a long time to have this fight. And it just is something that I was like, it doesn't have to be a fight. We could do a movie. Like, you don't have to do this, And she's like, I really want this. And I was like, game on then, let's do it.
No,
that's
so
amazing.
Cool.
Wow,
It
that's
is.
so legendary. Legendary.
Obviously gives you a purpose. It gives you something to train
Love
for. It
it,
gets
yeah.
you back in the game. Gets you both earning some money, but also just there's that journey and that story, and you can step in the octagon. There doesn't need to be bad blood. Go out there, perform for the fans and for yourself.
I mean, she might turn it on. I don't know. Like she might turn on her personality or whatever, but she just likes to sell fights.
Yeah.
Personally, my experience with her has been very lovely, and this is pretty funny. Like, how you get emotional, and you're cutting weight, and you're fighting, and you're going through the emotional roller coaster of like, what the fuck am I doing? Well, that happened like I don't know. I think in November, and I was sitting there looking out the window, and Kevin walks in, and I've got like tears down my face, and Kevin's like, "Okay, all right, what's going on?" And I was like, I don't want to hurt her. It's like not something I ever thought about when I was younger about hurting someone.
Yeah.
And then I went in and sparred some of his girls and I was like, okay, no.
Yeah, I'm back on.
Yeah. Oh, all right. You take a couple of shots to the head. You're like, oh no, I'm fine with punching people.
For sure.
I'm fine with like the hurt. And I do pray that nobody gets hurt in this fight, but it's a part of it. You have to, this is not a game. It is real. People can get hurt and, worse things that can happen. So
I mean, that's part of the sport, though.
Yeah.
A lot of the time,
that's what gets us up. That's what gets me up in the morning.
Well,
to
that
get to
fear, the
gym.
adrenaline, that's what makes you train your ass off.
Yeah.
The fear of getting beaten and humiliated in front of the entire world.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah. I'd say for me, it always like that's the reason, and that's what calls me to be my best. Right? Like if there's no fight coming up, I obviously have goals and I got to stay in shape and all this stuff. But like as soon as that contract signed and I know the date and the time and the person, and then my brain starts making up all the possibilities of what could happen in the worst scenarios. And I'm like, yeah, I'm up. I'm eating the right things. I'm doing it because I'm like,
oh, that
hey.
level of like that contract signs and that level of switch of like
it switches.
Yeah. And then and then it gets announced and it switches up again.
Oh yeah. Of
and
course.
then like we're doing stuff like this and it's just like it just keeps on going up.
It's the roller coaster.
And then you wake up on the day. That's the conversation we have every single
Always a
time.
roller coaster.
He's like, all right, roller coaster's about to drop. And I'm like, you're right. We entered the line a long time ago.
And
about
I'm
10
working
weeks
on
ago.
I'm working on that mentality because I was always very nervous going into fights. And
Everybody is.
But I literally with the Cyborg fight, I lost like contact with my legs. I couldn't feel them. And I couldn't even tell you today what it's like to look across the ring or the cage from Cyborg because I literally I like my mind went above the cage and it was just looking down.
Same here. I mean, I could not remember the majority of my fights. Afterwards, I'd be like, I know I won, but what actually happened? Because it was just a blaze of adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm
crazy.
working on that. And I tap into that. I've tapped into that through acting. Acting is just as scary, in my opinion, sometimes worse. Walking to the gym every day, sparring or just working with different people. Like it's all so uncomfortable that you just get, I'm working on that positive, like, okay, you walked in and this happened and now you learned, keep going.